The night does not belong to the living alone, and on certain nights, under certain moons, the world thins and the forbidden stirs. Long before Salem, before the pamphlets, before the pumpkin faces of our modern Halloween, the old world was alive with whispers of women who walked beyond the law of men, beyond the reach of the church, and into the darkness. They called them witches, and they flew. Welcome to Occult Bedtime Stories, The Witch's Sabbath. Not every witch rode a broomstick. At first, the broom was just a household tool, the symbol of women who lived on the edges, sweeping hearths, tending herbs, midwives of secret knowledge. But in the 1400s, the confessions of witches told a new story. In Switzerland's Valais valleys, in France and the Low Countries, women claimed, under duress, under torture, that they could rise into the night, carried by the wind. Johannes Nider recorded it in his Formicarius, women flying upon beasts, chairs, and yes, brooms. Why a broom? Not entirely symbolic. The flying ointments, belladonna, henbane, mandrake, datura, sometimes opium, were highly toxic. They could not safely be swallowed, but rubbed into the skin in thin areas. They brought visions of flight, of disembodied wandering, of sensation leaving the body. The broom was the applicator, the tool that let the hallucinatory soul soar. And so the broom took flight, first in whispers, later in the minds of Europe forever. The cauldron is older than the trial. In Celtic, Slavic, and Norse tradition, it was a vessel of transformation, to brew, heal, poison, summon. The witches' ointments were crafted in such vessels, herbs mashed, fats melted, secrets whispered into every drop. A potion not to drink, but to smear, to breathe in, to let the mind slip free. Belladonna made the eyelids heavy, the world shimmer. Henbane blurred the body into something animal. Mandrake carried the promise of flight, or the terror of death. All of it together, a hallucinogenic map of the night, guided by nothing but the witch herself. Where did they go? The confessions converge on certain imagery. A midnight gathering, a feast beneath a black sky lit by fire, moon, and candle. Nider and later chroniclers wrote of dancing in circles, of drinking wine from skulls, of music not of this world, pipes and drums that stirred frenzy. And then there was the osculum infamy, the shameful kiss, The devil in beast or shadow demanded submission, kisses upon his anus or his genitals, symbols of total inversion, a surrender of the natural order, a grotesque sign of devotion. Some scholars say it never happened, that it was the invention of inquisitors, but in the confessions, it was always there, embroidered with fear, obsession, and fascination, proof to the terrified of the power these women wielded. They had names once, names that echoed through the shadowed valleys of Valais, long before the broom became a mere costume, before the pumpkin grinned at children. These were women of flesh and blood, caught in the web of fear and superstition. Agnes Crichton, a healer from the Banyas Valley, was in her 40s when she was accused. In 1457, under the weight of torture, she confessed to attending a witch's Sabbath, where she met the devil himself. Her testimony led to the execution of several others. Her life was extinguished in the flames of the stake. Her name forever etched in history. Catherine Quiquot, a woman from Vevey, was in her 30s when she was accused. In 1448, she was interrogated under torture and confessed to attending a Sabbath in 1437, where she met the master of the Sabbath, a fox named Rabiel. Her confession implicated several others, leading to their executions. Catherine's life was claimed by the flames. Her story a testament to the dangers of fear and superstition. Jacquette Pelorinos, a woman from Martinez, was in her 30s when she was accused. In 1459, she was tried for witchcraft in the diocesan court of Sion. Her name remains part of the tapestry of fear and persecution that marked the era. These are not mere tales spun by frightened minds. They were real women living in a world that feared their knowledge, their independence, their very being. Their stories, though tragic, are a testament to their resilience and the enduring power of their names. Remember them not as shadows of the past, but as women who lived, loved, and were lost in the flames of ignorance and fear. The Valais trials were only the beginning. Hundreds were accused, dragged before tribunals, stripped of their names, their property, their dignity. Torture was routine. Confessions were extracted, vivid, detailed, impossible to defend against. Neighbors betrayed neighbors, sisters named sisters, children named parents, and the witch's Sabbath, the ointments, the flight, the devil's kisses, were all inked into court records and manuscripts codifying the myth. Thousands perished across Europe, their lives woven forever with fear and imagination. Yet in each confession, each whisper, there lingers a truth. These women walked the edges of reality, and the stories they inspired still lift, still fly through the night. So when you carve a pumpkin this Halloween, or sweep your porch, remember the women who walked beyond the edge, the broom, the cauldron, the herbs, all tools of craft, freedom, terror. They say the Sabbath is gone, and yet the night does not forget. Listen for the rustle, the faint drum. Look for the shadow over the hill. And wonder as the moon rises, what might be waiting just beyond the edge of sleep. Do the witches still dance? This has been Occult Bedtime Stories, The Witch's Sabbath. Good night.